When Season of the Witch was first released in 1982, it was met with considerable confusion and disappointment from fans expecting the return of the iconic Michael Myers. John Carpenter and Debra Hill, the creators of the original Halloween, had envisioned the franchise as an anthology series, where each film would present a unique story tied to the Halloween season. However, after the first two films had cemented Myers as a central figure of terror, audiences were baffled, and some outright angry, when Season of the Witch went in a completely different direction. Without the masked killer that had terrified viewers in the first two films, Halloween 3 was a major shift, both tonally and narratively. The film's bold decision to craft a standalone horror tale, filled with themes of technology, witchcraft, and corporate malevolence, alienated many fans at the time. Yet over the decades, this initially divisive installment has transformed into a beloved cult classic, appreciated for its eerie originality and daring departure from formula. Season of the Witch follows the story of Dr. Dan Chalice, played by Tom Atkins, as they investigate the mysterious death of Ellie's father. Their investigation leads them to the small town of Santa Mira, where they uncover a sinister plot orchestrated by the enigmatic Connell Cochran, the head of Silver Shamrock Novelties. At the heart of the film's terror is a series of Halloween masks created by Silver Shamrock, designed to trigger a deadly outcome when worn during the company's big Halloween night broadcast. The absence of Michael Myers allows the film to focus on a more widespread form of terror, a malevolent plan with apocalyptic potential. Connell Cochran's scheme combines ancient Celtic witchcraft and modern technology, invoking a chilling fear that speaks to both the power of media and corporate control. This blend of sci-fi and horror stands out as one of the film's strengths, creating a unique sense of dread that distances it from the slasher roots of its predecessors. The film's use of technology, in particular, was prescient in its warning of the dangers of unchecked power in the hands of corporations. One of the primary reasons Season of the Witch was initially maligned is its exclusion of Michael Myers. After the phenomenal success of the first two films, audiences expected the continuation of his blood-soaked saga. When they were instead met with a story about killer masks and Celtic mysticism, many felt betrayed. John Carpenter and Debra Hill had intended Halloween to evolve into an anthology series, with each entry telling a different horror tale centered on Halloween night. While this idea is now appreciated in hindsight, the sudden removal of the franchise's most recognizable character caused a rift between creators and fans. The stark divergence was too jarring for an audience that had just been introduced to one of the most iconic villains in horror history. However, it is this very willingness to break away from the formula that makes Halloween 3 such a fascinating piece of cinema. It took a bold risk by refusing to rely on the familiar, and in doing so delivered a story that, while initially misunderstood, has aged into something refreshingly different. As the years have passed, Halloween 3 has undergone a significant reevaluation. Today, it is regarded as a cult classic, embraced by a dedicated fan base that appreciates its quirky charm, unique storyline, and its underlying commentary on consumerism and mass media. The film's eerie atmosphere, combined with its striking visuals, most notably the creepy jingle of the Silver Shamrock commercial, leaves an indelible impression. The repeated Happy Happy Halloween jingle, paired with flashing pumpkin imagery, has become iconic in its own right, a perfect example of the film's ability to unsettle through seemingly innocent elements. Tom Atkins' performance as Dr. Chalice, though a bit of a typical 1980s hero, adds a level of grit and believability to the outlandish plot. Dan O'Herlihy's portrayal of the villainous Connell Cochran is memorable for its calm yet chilling delivery, especially as he unveils his plan, blending corporate detachment with ancient cruelty. The film's climax, featuring the shocking transformation of children as they wear the masks, is one of the most disturbing in 80s horror, contributing to its newfound status as a cult favorite. Halloween 3 is filled with small nuggets for sharp-eyed fans. The town of Santa Mira, where the events of the film unfold, is another homage to classic horror. It is a direct reference to the 1956 film Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which also takes place in a small town under siege by a strange and invasive force. This tip of the hat to earlier horror classics underscores the film's self-awareness and its connection to a broader tradition of paranoia-driven stories. Additionally, the silver shamrock masks, the skull, the pumpkin, and the witch have themselves become iconic symbols in the horror community. These designs were simple yet effective, leaving a lasting visual impact that has since been embraced in Halloween cosplay and merchandise. Season of the Witch may not have been what audiences expected in 1982, but its originality and willingness to push the boundaries of the franchise have earned it a special place in horror history. The film's central premise, a company using a popular Halloween toy to launch a deadly, occult-fueled plan, is both bizarre and unnervingly effective. Its commentary on consumerism, technology, and media manipulation feels even more relevant in today's society than it did at the time of its release. Although it lacked Michael Myers, Halloween 3 has found new life among fans who appreciate its strange blend of science fiction, folklore, and horror. It remains a testament to the risks filmmakers can take and how those risks can eventually pay off, even if they take a little longer to be understood. Ultimately, Season of the Witch is a film that thrives on its own merits. It is a spooky, atmospheric ride that has only grown in esteem over the years, proving that sometimes the oddball entries in a franchise can be the most rewarding to revisit.